Hello and welcome to today's video. Today we are looking at 4 more polishes that happen to have blue to green to violet shimmer. The first one is Cheers to 5 Years. It is a violet base with quite large particles. I would call these flakes, and some green reflective glitter. This is the only polish I put on in 2 coats because a third was going to make it feel very thick because of the reflective glitter in it. You'll see a bit later that this is very similar in base color to what will go on to my pinky. I do know I have a weakness for these violet colors, so I do try my best not to buy too many. I know it's a bit hard to see here, but the color on my thumb that's doing the painting is Fairy Punch Father, and you can see how violet that color is as well. But Fairy Punch Father has a very fine shimmer and is a bit sheer. I wish I had swapped this second polish. I just want to spank it out of him with Fairy Punch Father, because I would rather have seen this polish on the other hand and Fairy Punch Father here, but hindsight and all that lovely stuff. I just want to spank it out of him is a very almost crelly-ish base that's more of a brick red. So this is where I'm really stretching the limits of my description of this video as including purple polishes. Despite this one being very red, it looks a lot like 2 of the polishes on my other hand that are more of a berry colored base. I put this one on in 3 coats. Now this is one of my, what I'm going to call lazy videos. So there might be some gaps in the audio, but I'll record as much as I can manage. The other 2 polishes that look like this one are the Puppy People and For Now, but hopefully not forever. Some of the reason I didn't realize these were so close together is that the polishes weren't physically close together in my drawer. I hadn't realized how much they looked alike. But now all 3 sit side by side. And while this polish is pretty recent, the other 2 are about 1.5 to 2 years old. So I've had a problem with this dupe actually for longer than I thought. Adding this polish and Asterion's juice box has not helped. Also not a purple, to teach us about our past. The reason I included it was that I knew Spank It Out of Him was going to look like some purples, and I thought this was going to look more like the polish we just saw. But this one is a true jelly and much more orange, sort of a grungy orange. So it was good for me to see them side by side, but I think in terms of purple comparisons, it is a bit irrelevant. But hey, sometimes it's hard to know until you actually see it. I will be putting this on in 3 coats. And last we have Come Out, Come Out. This will be both on my thumb and my pinky. It has a very similar base color to the first one we saw, Cheers to 5 Years. This one has large particle shimmer, but it doesn't quite get large enough to call a flake, so it is still smaller than Cheers to 5 Years. This also has no reflective glitter, arguably a dupe, but I think I can sneak it in because they're the only 2 I have like this. So I haven't done what I've done with the berry colored ones where I just seem to keep accumulating them. I swear they just duplicated in the drawer while I wasn't looking. and I just wanted a quick shot of them in the LED lights, all side by side. Hopefully it's obvious why I wanted to see Spank It Out of Him next to Teach Us About Our Past. I don't think they're at all dupes for each other. The other two, however, do look kind of close, but when you get out into the sun, you'll see there are differences between the two. So, starting out looking at the two center fingers, Teach Us About Our Past is very much a jelly and much more an orange, where Spank It Out of Him is much more a crelly, and I think, honestly, the shimmer also looks a bit finer. To my eye, Cheers to 5 Years reads as a flake polish, which is on my index, where Come Out reads as a shimmer, and you can see it on both my pinky and my thumb. What's interesting is that when the light is more oblique and the violet tones of the shimmer take over a little bit more, how much more alike all of these polishes look. In this darkest shot, one of the things I wanted to note was how purple Spank It Out of Him looks, the polish on my middle finger. The shimmer pulls it into that more berry-looking color, which is why I think it does look like two of the polishes from my other hand. Coming up in a second will be shots of both hands, and you'll get to see them all together. And here they are all together, and you can see how the three fingers on my left hand look very much like Spank It Out of Him on my right hand. At least I'm now aware of a blind spot I was not aware of previously. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video.